Coolgardie was founded in 1892 when gold was discovered in the area known as Fly Flat by prospectors Arthur Wellesley Bailey and William Ford. Australia had seen several major gold rushes over the previous 3 decades, but mostly centred on the east coast. Most of these had been exhausted by the 1890s. With the discovery of a new gold field, an entire new gold rush began, with thousands flocking to the area. The municipality of Coolgardie was established in 1894. By 1898, Coolgardie was the 3rd largest town in the colony with an estimated population of 5,008. The town was also supported by a variety of businesses services, including a railway connection between Perth and Kalgoorlie, a swimming pool, many hotels and several newspapers. The value of Coolgardie to the colony in the late 1890s was so significant that it was used to force Western Australia to join the Australian Federation. However, gold began to decrease in the early 1900s, and by World War I, the town was in serious decline. The federal electorate was abolished in 1913 due to its diminished population, and many of its residents left for other towns where gold was still plentiful, and it was soon ceased to be a municipality. The situation remained unchanged throughout the century, and its population slipped to around 200 when it became virtually a ghost town. Despite this, many of the buildings from its town's peak were retained, which in recent years has helped to start a revival in the town's fortunes. The development of the tourist industry has once again created some employment opportunities in the town, resulting in a small increase in its population. Coolgardie now appears to be no longer in danger of dying. Just a reminder about the memberships area, which is open for less than $5 a month. I get to show you all the stuff I don't get to show you, going to the mine sites and delivering at all the different locations. Delivered to the Sydney M12 the other day, the new construction of that airport road, and so come along and join us. We're having a blast over there. I'm loving the fact that I can show you all the stuff that I don't get to show you here. So if you want to find it, it's on the just down below. You'll see a join button. Click the join, and well, look forward to seeing you soon. BP Eastern Creek. Where are you going to find a parking spot? Well, I got one, but where am I parked? No stopping. I really don't care. You can't find me. Anyway, the point is, where are you going to park? There's not many places in Sydney where you can stop, and BP Eastern Creek is one of them, besides and for Leo's. So let's have a look around. It is just packed everywhere you look. So something needs to be done. You know, you go to Melbourne and there's probably 2 or 3 in different suburbs. North, south, east, west, wherever you go, you've got options to park. But here, well, you've only got a few places in Sydney and it's always jammed up. Now let me just take you to where the bobtails used to park and let's have a look what they've done there. So this here used to be full of all the bobtails, you know, to clear up. I mean, all the bobtails are over there now. It's pretty jammed up. Here used to be full of all the bobtails. Now they've blocked it all off to make sure that, well, people can't park there. So now you've got less parking. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's still true, but a lot of these cars, well, they're not here working in the BP. They're people who leave their truck and trailers here overnight. It's probably not going to happen so much anymore because some of them are getting towed or what have you. But you know, I wouldn't say this is working out for us truckies. Now, one thing I've always enjoyed here at the BP is chips. They're usually pretty good. So got some chips. We go back to our truck and wait till 12 o'clock because unfortunately, even though I'm unloaded, I still have to wait just to find out if we're going to pick up or go back and get the other trailer. Now here's the problem that people get. So this truck is just trying to leave and there's no chance of getting around these trucks between the middle here. So what's he going to do? Wait it out? Let's go and find out. So now, please, I'm not having a go at this driver because what else is he going to do? But, God, should do a loop around the wrong way. So, BP Eastern Creek have not made it easy for drivers. Oh well, actually he's doing something that I can't do in my 9.0, which is just to do a quick loop. Well, that was great. I can't do that, but if you want to cab over, more power to you.
Life moves so fast that it makes me cry when I think of all the days that have passed me by. Clock must be playing tricks on me. I woke up in January, now April has to leave. Another year running off too soon. Somewhere along the way I left my youth.
Alright everybody, how you going? We are here at somebody's house, and this is Steve Bloomfield from Bloomfield Cartoons. Far out, Steve. Welcome.
Thanks, John. It's good to catch up with you.
So now tell us, how did you get into making cartoons and stuff?
Long story. When I went to school, I was a typical boy, and I didn't like concentrating on the things they were trying to teach me. And it was the old story of looking out the window and watching the things that were going past rather than what the teacher was trying to write on the board. So I doodle and sketch, and I loved trucks from an early age, and we'd go away for weekends with the family, and for me it was all about the journey as much as where we were going to, because you might run up and down the Hume or the Newell, and in those days the trucks were colourful, and it was in the era where the whole truck driving pop culture thing with Convoy and Smokey and the Bandit and all those things, and I remember Dad bowed under pressure, and he took us to see Convoy at the drive-in, and there was a line of prime movers in the back row, and I think there was one particular scene where it was a little bit R-rated for kids, and the air horn started blowing, and poor old Dad nearly had a heart attack, wondering if it was a good idea taking the kids to see it. But yeah, and those were the days, and I just sort of, I'd draw them, towards the end of school, I started to combine a bit of the humour side of things with the drawings that I was doing, and I thought, I don't mind this cartooning caper. And I did art as a subject, and I probably did art because it was an opportunity for me to not do a boring subject, but I wasn't the slightest bit interested in architecture and the classics. But my major project was a book of truck cartoons, and around about the same time, I sent a drawing off to the Kenworth dealer at Dubbo, and I was asking for some stickers or something, or some brochures so that would help me with my drawing. And he sent me a whole heap of stuff, but he also sent the drawing into Truck and Life magazine that was popular in those days, and all the kids would want to get hold of Truck and Life. It was great. We all had the bedroom walls full of Rig of the Month posters. Anyway, the art teacher said to me, well, it's a waste of time drawing trucks. He said, you're never going to make $1 out of that. You're wasting your time. But at the same time, the editor of Truck and Life in those days got in contact, and he said, do you want to do some cartoons? Do you want to do truck tunes every month? And the previous cartoonist was a bloke called Gary Clark that does swamp cartoons. He's a very well-known cartoonist, and he did a feature called Diesel Dog. I'd do the truck tunes, which was, I think it was 4 cartoons a month, and he did Diesel Dog, and I kept doing that for just about 20 years, and it was, I loved it. I loved trying to think up something funny, and you could draw the world as you saw it. All my truck drivers had fat guts and blue singlets, but that's what I drew, and that cartooning now is probably politically incorrect, but it's still a form of art and it's still expression. But I used to have get a bit of a thrill where you could go into a truck stop or a newsagent anywhere, and you could pick up a magazine, see your work there, or occasionally you'd look at a logbook cover and it'd have one of your cartoons embossed in the leather. I was in Sydney the other day, actually. I saw a tow truck with one of my cartoons on the side of it, and I still get a thrill out of that. But yeah, that's where it come from, and I had that involvement with the industry that I was passionate about, and it's been a fun thing to do.
And that now, as we're getting a bit older, you're not married at this stage?
Yes, yeah.
Are you very married?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm married. I've got a beautiful wife, Anna, who's she looks after the marketing and the business side of things. She and she's my #1 critic. So if I do a caricature or a cartoon, I'll run it by Anna first, and if she says it doesn't look right, back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been very valuable in the business side of things, and it's only a hobby business. It's never something that we want to make a living out of, but it's I think that's what makes it enjoyable. Whenever it's fun and whenever it's a challenge, Anna will come in, she'll say, I've got this bloke and he wants you to draw his truck and his motorbike and his wife, and he's got a 3-legged dog and a cow with one eye. Can you do that? Yep. I say never say no. So I think all those things, it just makes it fun.
So if people want, they can contact you and have you draw whatever picture they want.
Yeah, we do some commercial stuff for different magazines. Truck and Life's come back into play again, and I'm doing Diesel Dog for them now, which is really good. The last 4 years I worked at Truck and Life, I did the Diesel Dog feature, and so we do that. Do illustrations for R.M. Williams Outback magazine, and a regular thing for a publication for the Civil Aviation Safety Authority. But a lot of the stuff we do is caricature stuff. So, people their father might have driven a log truck for 50 years, and he's got a birthday coming up, so they'll send me a photo and we'll draw a picture of him and his favourite truck. Or Steve Graham off Outback Truckers, I drew 4 of his trucks for his 70th birthday, and Steve and his dogs and his offsider, and I think we sent one over to Sludge, the bloke in Western Australia there, not long back. Yeah. But yeah, it's all. I see it as a challenge, and I think it's fun. And you got to be careful sometimes. We had the first caricature I ever had to do was a lady said, "Can you draw a picture of me mum for her birthday?" I said, "Yep." So when I get the photo of someone that I have to draw, I usually try and identify a characteristic of that person that I can accentuate, and it might be big ears or blue eyes or whatever it is. And this particular lady, she had buck teeth, she was cross-eyed, big ears, and she was as big as the back of a bus. And I thought, how the hell am I going to draw this? So I actually made her look better. It sounds terrible, but I had to go the other way. And the family loved it, but I heard that the woman didn't like it, and it scared me off for a long time. Wow. So, but it's we usually get it pretty right, and people like them. So we've done tattoos. I did a cartoon that went on the side of a 737 a couple of years ago, which was good, and again, I just like to see it around.
So if someone wants to get in contact with you, do you have a website?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook page called Bloomfield Cartoons, and don't ever be afraid if you've got some strange suggestion.
So that's one way of people contacting you, but as we know, your Facebook Messenger isn't working so well. How do people contact you otherwise?
I've got no idea about Facebook Messenger, but there's an email address called bloomfieldcartoons@outlook.com.
Okay, we'll put that up on the screen so everyone can contact you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in getting some work done, Steve will certainly help you out with that. I would go with the email address because that Facebook Messenger thing is, for some reason, it's not working. It may be fixed, but anyway.
Anna's working on it.
Yeah. So contact him via that Outlook,
Outlook.
Yep.
Yes.
That Outlook email address, which is on the screen now. Anything else before we go?
No. Good to catch up, and like I said before, it's good to put a face to the name. So Anna sees me watching these Facebook videos about trucks, and she said, "You were in the wrong job. You should have done that." But she won't let me buy a truck. So it's
all right. Well, thanks for that. We'll leave it there, and don't forget to keep contacting me if you want some work done. Okay, so I've had a couple of questions about these tyres. You might notice this tyre is a super single and these tyres are not. And if you have a look from this angle, you see they're not exactly in line. Do they work well? What are they like? Well, why do we do it? Well, we do it because a lot of our trucks, or if not all of our trucks, have super singles on as steers. Now, what happens is they wear out, they're knobbly, whatever the case, so they're not suitable to be a steer tyre anymore. So we put them on, we've only got a few trailers like this, we put them on this middle axle in order to run them out, and because these tyres, the Bridgestone, they're $1,400. Now a trailer tyre, good trailer tyre, I think $400, so it's a saving because you've already bought the super singles, so we run them out on here instead of buying two new trailer tyres. That's $400 each. There you go. So that's it. It does not affect the handling, the weight, or it doesn't affect anything really. So there you go. A smart idea from our bosses. Right, after going up and down to Sydney a couple of times, we are empty, as you can see behind us. Now we're simply going back down the road to the yard, and I've been told that I can get to go home. Wow, after 3 trips. It's been a while, but anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing the wife and kids. So we will drag these empties back, and at this stage I'm taking one empty trailer to Melbourne just in case, because we don't have anything else to go to Melbourne. So I'll take an empty, and there is a load on Saturday, but who knows, maybe there'll be something else before then. So let's get cracking because I want to go home. Well, here's something funny as well, and as you know, we are at the sale yards. I thought I'd just empty my bin, and my bin looks like everyone else's bins. Look at this, you know, KFC and lollies and stuff like that. Okay, some of it's mine, but well, good to see other people are eating healthy and having a lot of crap too. So well done to me, I'm eating just as good as everybody else. Anyway, well, from time to time we get fan mail, and I got this. See if you recognise this. This is from Tony, and he's from England, so I won't show the address, but he sends best wishes for Christmas, and keep up with the videos. Well, normally we get everything via an electronic means, but Tony, I guess you've seen my videos, so you can always comment on the videos, and yeah, we can chat that way too. But anyway, thanks for the card for the Christmas.